Congratulations, you've bought your first model kit. But what all do I really need to do this kit well and to make it a fun experience? Well guys, this is kind of my introduction to model kitting and anything that you want to do in this hobby of some of the basic tools you're probably going to need. So see you guys inside. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about kind of the basics of a model kit. What do I need to build a model kit? If you've just purchased your first model kit and you're watching this video, congratulations, welcome to the hobby, welcome to the club. It's a fun hobby. It can be an annoying hobby. It can be all kinds of things. But one of the things to keep in mind, if you only bought one model kit, go back to the store and buy two more. You got to start your backlog. You really want to be part of this hobby. No, in all seriousness, no. Don't do that until you've assembled one and you really like it. So you've bought your first model kit. I'm using this RGM 79GM just as an example. This is a high grade. So you bought your first model kit and you're getting into this and you're not quite sure what all you're going to need, what all any of this means, or any of this fun stuff. Well, that's what this video today is, kind of some of the introductory basic tools that you probably will need to build your model kit. And these are just some examples sitting on my desk that we're going to go through and talk about that. So if you're new here, you're starting your hobby journey, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit a like button if you like what you see and you're curious about the cool things that you see here and different things like that. And also make sure to check out the rest of this playlist as I talk about more of the hobby building steps of a model kit. So you bought your first kit. Hopefully you started out with an introductory kit. For example, with the Gundams, it's the high grade is the more introductory kit. There is the entry grade, different things like that. Or if you're looking at the older skill rating, there's a scale 1 to 3 in certain model kits. Some go scale 1 to 5. Also, make sure you're checking out the age ratings because that kind of helps out too in knowing what you're going to be doing. But one of the key things, you picked your model kit. Great. That's awesome. You know what you want to build. You're building what you want to do. Now, it's looking at the box to make sure you get all the supplies that you need to do so. So, for example, on the Gundam boxes, here's what it's telling you. You are going to need a pair of snippers. You can build this without glue. And you're probably going to need some colored. It is a colored plastic kit, so you probably won't need paint unless you really want to doll it up. Now, in all honesty, looking at this, knowing this kit, building this kit, yes, I can assemble it without glue, but there are parts I like to glue together, especially if I'm building a diorama and I want it to stay posed. So model glue is kind of a must. Snippers, any model kit you do, you're going to need snippers. Just is what it is. But there's a few other things that you can get to make your model journey a bit more fun. So snippers, you need snips. You're gonna need a pair. And there's tons of these out here that it can get convoluted, of two-sided, single-sided, all kinds of them. Just get you a good pair of flush side cutters. They do a good job. I recommend getting the smaller ones. The Steadies are a good brand. I have multiple of these things floating around my desk. I use tons of different brands, but they are worth and gonna make your job a lot easier because they're gonna be able to get into the small cracks of the small pieces between the sprue and get that model cut off. So first thing, you gotta have snippers so you can get the parts off. Part 1. Part 2, you need to clean up the burr. Now a lot of people go straight for the X-Acto knife. There's nothing wrong with the X-Acto knife. In all honesty, I use it two ways. I use the blade and I use the flat end. I am not a huge fan of X-Acto blades, and honestly, an 8-year-old plus kit, I'm not going to give a little child an X-Acto blade. So there are other options like mold line removers. This will clear the burr off and it won't cut you, hurt you, do any of that fun stuff, but it will cut that burr out of that plastic. So nice handy tools, definitely tools I recommend if you're going to be in the hobby. An X-Acto knife. The mold line remover is optional. It depends on if you're like me, who tends to cut his hands a lot. I go for the mold line remover more myself. Now, granted, this kit said you did not need glue. Well, we all know how kind of some of this stuff gets, especially if you wind up breaking apart or something like that. And there's several different types of glues you can get. You know, the first glues that I started out with was the plastic cements, testers. This was one of my favorites, dries quickly, cures quickly, and gets all over your hands. So then you get promotions up to one of my personal favorites, and I use a lot, is the Tamiya Extra Thin. This is kind of my go-to glue on most of my, especially my high detailed model kits. This is where I start. or there is good old super glue. If I've got a part being a real big problem, I'll hop to the super glue to kind of work that out. So far you've got snippers, you've got knives, you've got glue. Well, you're putting glue on, you might want to get a few small clamps. Granted, a lot of times the Gundams don't need it, but a lot of times, like when I'm working on Star Trek kits, like the 12500s or anything up above that, just the entry kits, little clamps are fantastic for getting that saucer section to actually glue together and stay together. And one thing about the glue with the clamps, so this is Instaset. It's basically a super glue accelerator. I use it a lot with the super glue. It makes the super glue basically dry like that. Great little tool, great smell. I tend to spill these, so I'm glad it smells good. I don't tend to spray it when I use this. I tend to actually unscrew it and use this and dab it where I want it to go. Just more control. There's no need for it to be spraying anywhere. So great thing to help getting especially the super glue to set. The other glues, they set fairly quickly. Super glue can be kind of one of those things. So clamps to hold it in place, glue to glue it in place, knives to cut off the burrs and clean up your sections, and you got your nippers. What's next, Mike? Well, what's next is this guy. And this guy actually comes in a set, and I've got several of them. It's always good to have a pry. Why do you need a pry, Mike? Well, sometimes I put parts together that I shouldn't have put together, and I put them together in the wrong order because sometimes I don't read the instructions and I think I know better. Well, we learned wrong. So this is a handy tool, especially with Gunpla. I've used these, and the links for all this stuff is down in the descriptions down below. I like this set because I've got different sizes, wedges to get in there and pop parts back apart. Now, granted, if you've glued the part, this may not work. If you've used super glue, try putting it in the freezer. That will save you because the super glue will actually weaken because of the cold temperature. But when I'm doing snap fit kits or anything like that, or initially putting something together to see how it fits, these can be very useful when the parts get stuck together. And this comes in a set of 5. The description will be down below for that. Then if you've caught any of my other recent videos, a good filler for those seam lines to help make your model look more concise. Now, if you're gonna use this, please be planning to paint because this won't match your color schemes of the actual just the plastic. Gundam is really good about just having all the plastic parts in color, but you may need a lot of other model kits. You're gonna need paints. You're gonna need this, a good old Vallejo set for a model that I'm getting ready to work on. But basically, as you go through the process, getting your model put together, getting ready for that primer coat, some of us just don't like the seams, and I'm one of them. And this is one example. Go check out my other video on this, where I talk about all the different types of fillers, depending on what kind of gap you have. So perfect plaster putty is kind of one of those things. Now, these are just the basics, the very basics you need that I recommend anybody get when they start to model. These are the very basics, not, you need snippers, you need cut, you need cleanup tools, you need some glue, and clamps are always handy. The pries always come in handy because a lot of times these Gundam instructions, they're not in English, and yeah, I get the wrong part in the wrong place. A prime example, this is the EX model for the Musai. There's not a lick of English in here. So basically you're doing picture by number to build your kit. It can be sometimes kind of difficult. Now, if you're going to be doing Gundam models, Gunpla, stuff like that, you may want to consider a Gunpla vise. This is really nice because it's actually a 2-in-1. It's a vise, but also really nice for holding paint holder and different things like that. As you work on more complex models, you'll definitely maybe want to invest in one of these. So lots of cool tools, lots of interesting things needed to even begin building a Gundam or whatever model kit you purchase. It could be a car, it could be a spaceship, it could be a figure. These are all kind of nice beginner tools to begin your journey. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video here today. I know this is kind of a quick rundown, but honestly, if you're just getting into the hobby, you're just getting in there, or if you've been in the hobby and I missed a tool that you highly recommend, definitely let me know in the comments below. But for the model kit you got, check the box. They usually all have the basic tools that you will need to build this model. Now, sometimes, like this one says no glue, and you can do it with no glue. You really can. But if you want it to look really, really nice, you're gonna need a little bit of glue. Just to keep things from coming apart, because some of the joints and stuff will pull apart. It's a snap fit model, which is usually what tier 1s, high grades, different things like that. They're that snap tight model, just clicks together and goes. As you get up into those step 3, skill 2, a lot of the old Star Trek kits, different things like that, you got to have glue. They won't hold themselves together. So, but if you're just getting started, here you go. Here's my basic recommendations for you guys. Links are down in the descriptions down below to all of these. They're all easily and readily available. These are kind of my go-tos. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you next week.